So I'm making this quick video to test out this freaking selfie stick. How selfish can you get? That's the question. Well, also I wanted to show off my beautiful book library. Apparently I have so many books I have to attach them to like walls and things like this to be able to fit them all. It was actually said in one of the audios by KT that he was visiting a champ's house, and this guy had books everywhere. He had books on the floor, he had the books on the shelves, he had the books on the tables, he had books everywhere. And KT asks him, why don't you throw out some of these books? They're, cluttering up your whole spot. And this guy was fantastically successful, like Patek Philippe watches, huge apartment. And he said a very interesting thing. He says that if I threw out those books, I would actually lose that knowledge. I guess that kind of makes sense now if you really look back on it and think about it that way, that when you have a book, you could actually go back to it a little bit later and reread some of the stuff and pick up stuff that you didn't pick up the first time. So if you threw out that book, then you would wind up not having that knowledge, or it would be gone. It's like even David Hawkins, he laughed about this, that he had humongous libraries. He would give them away, throw them out, and then he would get back into, studying the philosophical ideas of, religions and things like this, and he didn't have any of the books to reference. So the power of the books is known. And you can actually tell most of the time that the success of a person's house is that how many books do they have? How many bookshelves they have? So what I can only say is that leaders are readers. And readers become leaders because they've read so much and they're like, these guys are such champions, and if I could do it, so can I. So if they could do it, so can I do it. So the idea of the books is that also you get to learn. It's like having a mentor from a book. Like there's plenty of books, for example, by Napoleon Hill. One of the books I read recently is called How to Raise Your Own Salary. I actually listened to it on audiobook, so it was really cool. So Audible, you listen to it. And there it was the interview of Andrew Carnegie. So you get the information straight from the horse's mouth right there. So alright guys, keep up the championship. This is what I talk about in the value of books.